Discord dating advice is horrible by PleaseDavid. We're gonna suffer. It's pretty clear that we're gonna suffer. We'll just jump in. We'll see how horrible this dating advice is. This is either gonna be as bad as Reddit or worse, by the way. Let's go.
Why can't you adopt a child and raise it to be your wife?
That is a problem. We start like this? Actually, I'm curious. The legal question. That's the legal question I have. Let's see. Nothing comes up. Nobody has tried this before. But I don't think it might not be illegal. What the question, okay? He asked if you can adopt the child and raise it to be your wife. I have the question if it would be legally possible. You adopted one and raised her and married it. Yeah. Would that be possible? Because if you adopt somebody, can you also be unadopted? Would it then technically be legal? Because legally it's no longer your daughter? There's gotta be a loophole in this one. I don't want to think too much about it.
Sorry, that was just some dating advice I had picked up in the Discord server.
Now that kids survive all kinds of terrible parents, you can't buy a baby village girl in India. Then you can mold the perfect wife. Gotta wait 18 years though, that's the problem. That's horrible. That's horrible. Yes, you can morally, no, legally, yes. Well, silence, don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's what they're resorting to now. So for the most part, I feel like the pickup artist genre of dude is sort of dying out, but there's still niche communities that are alive and well, and a lot of them are on Discord. So I decided to join a couple of Discord servers that were all about helping you get laid. And I just wanted to check out what kind of effective advice that they have in there.
If you get your dating advice from Discord, you have much bigger problems. You have significantly bigger problems than that. She's a virgin. Do not take her seriously at all. Well, that is me, but I also have the right to do it because I wait until marriage, so I don't have that issue. However, if you yourself are not a virgin and you ask for a virgin, you're a retard.
You know, for young men, because there's no way there's any girls in here. Is she Torta? No. Okay. What are these Indian village girls like? If I import one, will she be like an obedient slave that never speaks?
Oh, this is going into a wild direction. We're a minute in, and this is going into a wild direction.
Boomers are genuinely disgusting for liking hairy pussy.
What's wrong with a little forest? What's wrong with a little jungle? Boonga boonga club to the head, and to the cave we go, for real. And yesterday's stream about Ryuga was hilarious. Okay. Hi Zach, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Bro, what is this?
Not like a little patch on top. They like a jungle mess down there. Oh yeah, bro? Could you buy a female baby and raise her yourself?
As far as I know now, it's technically legal. That's the problem.
Now, what was originally planned to be me just browsing around some Discord servers for a little bit, seeing them say some dumb shit, I stumbled across the single most insane thread of texts that I have ever laid my eyes on. I'm telling you, you're not ready. So that's what I'm going to start with today. And then there's a couple other things in this server that I'd like you to see. And we're just going to get right into it. But before I do that, I just want to say, hey guys, how's it going? I am so happy to see you again. It's been a while. And if you're new here, you either have to subscribe right now or send me pictures of your
I can send you a picture of a Regirock. I can even send you a picture of a shiny Regirock. I can send you a picture of all shiny golems. Well, except for Regidraco and Regieleki, but I don't have those right now. They're full odds in Sword and Shield. Yeah, you should subscribe to him. His videos are insane. And you should subscribe to me as well.
Also, don't forget to join the Discord server. Link is in the description down below. But anyways, let's just get right into it. So, I joined this pickup artist Discord server. Actually, I joined a couple, but this one here is where I found some real uncouth behavior. So you'll see on the side here, they have all these different channels: main chat, cold approach, texting help, relationships, field reports.
Field reports? What is this? The military?
This is what I'm looking for. Life maxing, which is that not just breathing and being happy? Abroad pickup, off topic, resources, dirty talk, and wingman.
Oh boy, that dirty. So the dirty talk might be insane, and the abroad one is definitely also insane. Looking at how they want to buy Indian girls, we gotta warn Samax. She might be bought by a white man.
In the field reports channel, I stumbled across a conversation that, you know, probably should just stay here, but I feel like you guys got to hear this. Now, every once in a while, a couple of you guys comment on my videos and say, I wish I never heard this. And this is going to be one of those moments, okay?
Well, get ready, kids. We're going to hear this.
You probably don't want to hear this. So this conversation kind of just starts off with them talking about how some guys are they're hopeless when it comes to dating. You'll never find someone who loves you. To which one person says, some guys should just go home to India for a fortnight and get an arranged marriage. I know a few guys here who did that. The weird stuff hasn't started yet, by the way. To which someone else replies, yeah, but their wives still cheat on them though. Can't uncuck them.
Interesting.
A lot of positive energy in this server. And then the main character comes in and he replies to the message about people just needing to go home and get an arranged marriage. This is actually a good idea, and ethnic migrants are lucky they have that option. I know an Serbian guy that imported a 25-year-old babe from his village. He's still not happy because she doesn't truly love him.
Import. This is gonna be the future. People are just gonna buy their wives and husbands for poor regions. That's insane. Now these type of people are mainly PDF file. Amazonian war hero. Well, technically it was a 25-year-old. So this is adult men trying to import their import adult women. Import? Like some goods. That's crazy.
But it's nice to just have the village wife at home and do game on the side. Okay. So this guy's saying it's a good idea to just mail order a bride, basically, and cheat on them. Hey, the weird stuff hasn't started yet. I mean, it has, but...
This is the morally get a gun and shoot 'em stuff.
It's weird. Some passport bros also go for arranged marriages, not just Indians. They mail order some Philippines bride who's like 18 or something. Yeah, but it's not the same. When it's from your own country and you know the families, etc., you can avoid scams. Which, that's the biggest problem with all of this, right?
From your own country. Huh, would have that been an alternative solution? I don't know, probably not. To Aussie, they cannot be predicted. I know what you mean. I know, we have such an unpredictable person here. So yeah, I get it. The thing is this. He essentially got her from his own country.
Scams? Yeah, that's what we should be most worried about, is the scams. Imagine importing a Filipino bride and they be talking in their language half the time. You don't know what they're plotting. So this is great foreshadowing because he talks about a mail order bride.
Well, or it's a ladyboy, then you're cooked too.
plotting something against him, but in reality, he's the one plotting wild stuff. Surely if the girl is uneducated, she'll pretty much rely on me for everything and become effectively my slave.
How did you find this? David, how did you find this? David! No, David, no! How did you find this? Why did you find this? Who let you in there? That you have to spread this monstrosity around on the internet for everyone to see.
And then someone else jumps in the conversation and says, yep, this is a nice option to have up your sleeve, lol. Western no-hopers don't have that. There are scams happening even in arranged marriages in India because laws are all anti-men there. Although the scams are rare, but still. I believe to avoid scams, just move to a country like Czech. Women can't fuck you up there with divorce laws. India is a simp country with simp laws against men.
You heard that? Y'all are a simp country. With simp men and simp laws. Terrible, bro. Terrible.
I'm not familiar with Indian law, but this seems like a gross oversimplification of whatever's going on over there. I also love how part of his plan for a mail order bride is...
There is a reason when women are, predominantly white ladies, are warned to not go there alone. What I've seen on the internet. I cannot confirm how true that is, but what I've seen on the internet, it is not advised to go there alone as a Western woman.
Already thinking about when the divorce happens? That's dumb. You can't just move to a country and marry a local villager when you can't speak the language or are familiar with the culture at all. Well, you can reject your Indian passport if you work long enough in Czech, then marry some Indian girl from a village and bring her to the Czech. If it turns out to be a scam, she can't fuck you over with Indian laws since you're a Czech citizen now. Some German white guy actually did that, LMAO. He married some Indian girl, then brought her to Germany. They had a divorce, but since he's German, Indian laws can't fuck him up. Then later, the Indian girl had her marriage visa or whatever expiring and got deported, LOL. So happy that Western countries don't have anti-men laws, unlike India. Indian guys are too simp to change the laws against them because they pedestalize women.
To sum this up, to sum this up, is this just Discord dating advice? Is horrible and racist? That needs to be added. That is insane. That is crazy. This shit is wild. Poor Indians.
Okay, bro brought the fucking thesaurus out for this one. Pedestalize? I didn't know that was a word. I'm assuming it means putting women on a pedestal. Wild story about about some guy that literally plotted himself getting divorced.
To fully summarize what these guys are talking about is they want to get a girl that does not understand anything, is uneducated, so they can marry her and turn her into their slave. What do you mean? What is this? Hi Bryson, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. India is one of the few countries that generally doesn't protect women well. Yep. It's just wild. This is just wild. This is just wild.
And worked around it. Just don't get married. Maybe just don't do that. The reason why most of you guys feel so fucking hopeless with dating and shit is because you spend time in these places. Like,
it's because they actually are hopeless. Like, this is definitely hopeless. This is definitely considered hopeless. I'm not gonna say anything. This is hopeless. They're cooked. How do you get to that conclusion that you have to do that?
You aren't hopeless. You're just a loser. What are these Indian village girls like? If I import one, will she be like an obedient slave that never speaks?
Bro. Crazy.
Hey, by the way, it's starting now. It's starting now. The real weird shit is starting now. Do I have to deal with the family, or will I own her outright once I paid off the parents? There is no, like, deed to ownership. What are you talking about? It depends. Usually, not always. Village girls I knew were like that, and they had a shitty husband who abused them. Skull emoji. Are you joking, dude? However, city girls, via arranged marriage, are usually cunning and might cheat on you. Describing them like
they're talking about scenarios that do not happen, that won't happen. They make up scenarios that won't happen. No woman is stupid enough to do that. So it sounds like these dudes have a god complex. They want full control, like video game, like a video game. Yep, they do. They do. Literal slave, a baby making machine, and that's it. You have to watch it to the end of the episode. Everyone was shocked. Okay, I'll look at that later. Not right now, obviously.
Slytherin? They're usually cunning. Depends on your luck. But if you want to marry an Indian girl via arranged marriage, village girl is better than a city girl on average, as the former will have more restrictions and not be jaded due to her carousel hoe phase. And this is where all of the insecurity stems from, is that other people are having sex and you're not.
How can you I don't get it. I genuinely don't. Maybe because I was raised differently, maybe because I have really high standards, but this is what pussy does to a motherfucker, and it's much worse. And like, how can sex be that important? They really don't have any other problems. This is the first world problems. I'm gonna buy a village girl and turn her into a VTuber. Bro single-handedly will revive the Indian VTuber scene. Hi Cricket, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. Hello. They're talking about women like a fairy tale creature, not a human. It feels like they are pedestalizing them, because they're treating them like something that's completely unattainable.
Get out of this Discord server. Your odds immediately increase. So, once I buy the girl, do I own her, or will she still want to talk to her family? I don't want her talking to nobody. This is...
Bro, slavery is not a thing. Well, in some countries it still is, even though it's illegal. That's besides the point. But, you can buy a human. You're a little late for that. Oh my god. Good investment, Shadow. I'm sure you can find some in Africa still. True.
Okay, so this is where the plot begins. He just wants to have something at home that he can abuse in many different ways. That can't leave. I don't think family matters much if you two live far away. Yeah, I don't want her relaying information to anyone, let alone family and friends. God forbid she has a support system. God forbid she has an opportunity to... This man
needs to be locked up. Bro, this is not making it better. This is not making it better. You're playing into the hands of the Online Safety Act with this shit. To twist the pedestal, they think they can't have one without corrupt and manipulative actions. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I'm gonna turn a whole village into a VTuber group. Change the village name to VTuber Village. Bro, it's a weird twisted plan. The new fish man.
Leave an abusive relationship. Like, if you two live in Australia, she'll still video call her family sometimes, no? I want a slave. Do you think the slaves were allowed to message their family back home?
Bro, this is disgusting. This is so disgusting. I am so happy that this guy will not reproduce. I am so glad. Weed that man out of the gene pool, and the dudes, the other weird dudes as well.
Real people. Real people, by the way. Real people that exist. Real people that could be your coworkers. These people could be part of your family. And you'd never know. I don't think is
I'm gonna say this, you don't even have to censor the names, because it's technically posted in a public Discord that you can access, so technically, it's public information. The guy saying the creepy stuff is showing the mentality behind age trafficking for adult things. Yep.
Possible in this era. Why are we discussing logistics of having sex? Why is the logistics behind it the issue and not?
I mean, theoretically, it could be possible. It should not be possible, but technically it could be possible. We will never, hopefully never go down that route again. And if we do, I'm leaving the planet. But technically, I just realized that a YouTuber that animals and how good they are as pets, such as frog, lizard, bugs, has a video on human children. How good is a human child as a pet? That raids animals. Okay. Have you seen those videos of getting around ID age verification? Yeah, I've seen a few of those. I remember why we start censor words. Money. Simple. Because if you don't censor words, they will censor you.
Not the conversation in general, huh? Also, at this point, there was like 2 or 3 other people that were part of this conversation that have just dipped. They're not here anymore. I think even they realize, like, all right, this is getting a bit odd. It's just 2 guys going back and forth right now. Can't they groom her for me? How the fuck do these Afghan goat herders do it? Where are they where are they thinking up these random fucking things? Like, there's so many layers of dog shit thought that piles on top of.
They could they could fix their actual life with the brain power that they're using to come up with this shit. But instead they're sitting in a Discord server talking about wanting slaves. What?
Of your smooth brain for you to say shit like this. This is where it gets really weird. And no, it's.
What do you mean really weird? Wasn't it weird to begin with? It was already weird. It is already weird. Human children won't work as pets. Too much stuff to take care of, regardless of age. True.
Been really weird already, but it gets weirder right here. Surely if the girl is uneducated, she'll pretty much rely on me for everything and become effectively my slave. Dog, you are evil. Brother, that's evil. Yeah, that's true. But nowadays, everyone uses smartphones. Even village girls. Probably Afghan girls use smartphones behind their husband, too. Those naughty village girls using a smartphone. What would their husbands possibly think of this? That will be a problem.
Maybe AI girlfriends aren't such a bad idea. Maybe that's the purpose of those, for those exact men. Because I'm not letting these creatures near any woman, ever. What the fuck?
For me, then. Dog. Do they expect you to be faithful? See, so like, what do you even want, dude? You want to mail order a bride of some sort and then just cheat on them the whole time and make sure that they're uneducated and have no contact with their family? You're a predator. Hopefully no feminist sees this. If she is young and you are her first, she is more likely to be non-jaded and more feminine. So yeah. Are you grossed out yet? I know, I mean, you probably.
I've been grossed out like from the beginning, for the first minute. Have fun at work. Hopefully, yeah, your back doesn't kill you. Raising a child is basically a job by itself, for sure. Pause, eh? Pause. Pause. Hi, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Pause. Stop it. Get some help.
Been grossed out for the past 5-6 minutes, but Jesus, dude. Relying on hope This doesn't sound like I expected for a village wife. I expected a chick that pretty much acts like a slave because I bought her from her parents. Then, your perfect wife doesn't exist. She would have existed some 100 years ago, though. Not anymore, though. I just love that they're discussing logistics behind this.
They think about, like, how is this possible? Can we do this? Does this work? It's like a what, they think about like a what if. You talk about how they don't deserve to be around women. They don't deserve to be around a living being to begin with. But we don't have places where there is no life, except maybe the moon. Let's not pause. Let's exclaim. Unplease your David. Ugh, bro.
Like, oh yeah, maybe a couple 100 years ago you could get away with something like that. You know, back when you could just freely oppress people and not have much repercussion for it. Holy shit. I need to talk to someone who...
They technically aren't wrong. Fun fact. Slavery was so common worldwide on the entire planet that I can't say what word. I can't say that word. Smart people. People in the arts of smartness. Philosophy, that's the one. Considered it natural. And unfortunately, it might be with humans a natural state that's the problem. There used to be a lot more sick men like this before the teachings of you-know-who about 2,000 years ago. Jesus, true. Very true. Philosophers. Exactly, that's the word. That's the word. That is the word. I so smart.
knows. Someone actually from those villages. Could you buy a female baby and raise her yourself? FBI?
My lawyer here told me that that's technically legal. Morally disgusting, but technically legal. The more you know.
Very enlightening discussion. Too much headache. What if she dies while I'm out in the infield? Doubt it. Kids survive all kinds of terrible parents. Okay, dude. He's basically just setting it up like, I'm gonna be a shit parent. I'm gonna be a shit parent, but it's okay. There's way shittier parents. Kids survive a lot of stuff. But you can't buy a baby village girl in India? Then you can mold the perfect wife. Gotta wait 18 years though, that's the problem. Escorts are kinda like slaves though. Only difference is you gotta pay them every time. Oh, you have to pay for the services? Escorts in Australia are nothing like slaves. They dictate all the terms of the transaction.
You know for a fact that this dude would move into a country where the age of consent is lower. You know for a fact that homie would do that. Yeah, sorry. I have a few Australian viewers. I'm nuking your continent. This guy cannot escape. You are terminally ill.
Good. No, that's good. with villains like you around, that's good. That's awesome. I'm glad it's like that. Now, thank God, that's the end of that conversation. But I do want to bring you somewhere else in the server now. We're going to go to the naughty talk section and see what kind of opinions these people have about sex in general. Boomers are genuinely disgusting for liking hairy pussy. Not like a little patch on top. They like a jungle mess down there.
What's wrong with a little bit of jungle? What's wrong with a little bit of forest, right? You could be a gardener down there. They dictate all the terms because you need their consent. Yeah. Who would have guessed consent? Do these people really care about consent? Do you think they care?
Oh yeah, bro? Dude, Gen Z is kind of becoming similar, I think. And honestly, as a Gen Z, I don't really care. If you're not eating her out, then it's whatever. No, it's nasty. Sorry. Gotta be real with you, bro. And the reason it's important to say it is because it sets a society expectation that they will, on average, be more likely to follow. Very few girls have hairy armpits because of society expectations.
It's also just unhygienic, not just society expectations. I don't get these gross chicks who say, "Oh, I'm not gonna shave my armpit hair." Everyone should do. It's gross. It's weird. It's not weird, but it's gross. It's unhygienic. Stop this. There was a dude in Japan posting pictures about this, about his relationship with this girlfriend. Then when it ended, he unveiled that it was a rented girlfriend, and she stopped working because she got into a real relationship. Funny.
But if guys started saying, hey, hairy armpits aren't a deal breaker, a lot, then more girls will have hairy armpits, and then that's like f***ing a man at some point.
We've come full circle. At that point, we've come finally, again, full circle. Liking women is gay. Bro, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. This is not Reddit. That's the problem. It's Discord. I'm gonna shave your head, finally. Bald Ducks VT. Pokebald. I finally achieved it.
Is it really all come down to the fear of being gay? I'm gay as fuck then. Gotta let the girls know they need to keep it smooth, tidy, everywhere for us.
Again, also societal expectations. Here's a neat little fun fact. A lot of the women, a lot of the things that women say are that they do because of men. Fun fact. Are because of women, and sometimes even gay men, and men. Just men who are in the industry of that stuff. Because men find thicker girls more attractive than thinner girls. Women like thinner girls more than thicker girls. The more you know. Tell that to a manga that was yaoi, but the last two chapters they show Yuri. What the fuck? Bro just went the wrong way. Wrong head. I'm giving you circumcision. Why do you want my foreskin? You won't get that. No.
Jesus, bro. Says the guy who has never seen a vagina in real life. Holy fuck. This is where we're at. dude, this is the enlightening questions in here. Might be a weird question, but do girls expect you to shave your dick? Or how short do you trim it? Well, I'm glad someone answered him. Well, it shows hygiene, so it's never bad to shave or trim. Dude, somebody in here linked a YouTube video about how to fuck Mish.
Well, you don't need that video. You don't need that video. It doesn't do you. It won't help you. It won't help you. You should try Repo. I just don't like multiplayer games. I don't.
Man, they're learning in here. Oh, okay, so there's this guy in the field report section that also just, like, posts pictures of the girls that he, like, hooks up with. We can't know if that's real, but he does it. So he posts this picture of 3 girls and he goes, "It's the redhead in the middle." Finally this girl after like 3 dates or some shit. Was on the verge of giving up. I think she sensed I was becoming distant and basically did all the closing for me. Watched a movie, went to the beach. My game was absolutely on point. I had her laughing at dumb shit, out of my head and strong leading the whole date. Then she's like, "Want to come back to my place?" Cuddled for a bit, then she got on top of me, and that was it. Little chubby, but amazing. Holy dude, what? Oh my god.
This bro writing a review. Homie's writing a review. I'm glad. I'm glad I never got into this shit. Hell nah, dude. Hell nah, dude.
God. Also, you could tell from the picture, like, this is a very normal sized person. Saying a little chubby is insane.
That's because people no longer know what normal weight even is. This is likely an American. So, at this point, I don't know what they consider normal. I can't tell.
Saying also, you don't need to say that when you're doing your field report. Also, why am I considering field report ethics now? Why am I caring? And then about a week later, he posts this Latina doctor that I pulled from Night Game a couple of weeks ago. We just f***ed and now she's making me coffee and eggs. I love the Latina girls. They're so feminine and sweet. I don't want the white ones anymore.
Ugh, white women. I mean, if she's liberal, I can't understand. Homie's writing the review like it's a restaurant on Uber Eats. Can you even review there? I have no idea. I would not know. I haven't used it. But bro is actually writing a review on a woman.
Okay, dog. And then he posts a picture of whatever she made him for breakfast, I guess. Oh, I guess that's her in the background over there. Hot take. It's kind of weird to like have sex with women and then take pictures of them and post them in this random Discord full of losers. Really odd. Because you know damn well they're going to go reverse image search these things and stalk these chicks. Oh my god, they're so mean. So this dude, who's kind of a loser. I mean, they're all kind of losers, but like there's just a very pathetic aura that comes through the screen every time this guy types a message. But he posts a picture of this girl and he tags someone because he wants the group leader's approval, obviously, and goes, "Would you do this one?" To which the guy replies, "If I had nothing better lined up, yeah, for sure. She's cute. Nice feminine vibe." And then he goes, "Oh, I'm starting to think I'm just picky." To which the dude responds, "No, you've posted some girls I wouldn't touch in 1,000 years and you say they're hot?" God damn. I like fem.
I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I don't even know what to say anymore. These dudes are absolute losers. These dudes are such losers. I'm so glad I don't have to go back dating. Though if this is my opponent, if these are my opponents, maybe my chances are better than I thought. I'm glad I'm engaged. Holy fuck. How did OP find these guys? He actively seeked it out. All his videos that he does, he actively seeks out these weirdos to find them.
And submissive women. I get that vibe from the girl above. He also, like, he has, like, Tinder celebrities or, like, Hinge celebrities. Like, he posted this dude's Hinge profile. Okay. And he's like, "Man, I just need to focus on getting bigger muscles and retake my pics in the future, and hopefully it'll work out very well. This is a profile of a black guy who got over 800 matches on Hinge. I need to get as big as him." Man, you are warped. Brother, you're warped. My man's got Hinge.
First of all, chances are you will never get this big. Second of all, you're not black, so you won't look like the guy anyways. Third of all, there's a good chance that bro might be taking something.
Hinge celebrities that he's looking up to. Look, it's never over. It's never over for anyone. I think this is as close as you can get to over. It being over for you. Like, he just posts pictures, like random pictures of girls in here, like full on, doesn't blur the face, nothing, and goes, "Would you guys fuck this? Huh? Hey, do I have your permission to pursue this?" It's fucking weird, man. Is she torta? No. Okay. No, I'm done. This is so cringe.
These dudes are losers. It's insane. It's insane. What is this? Remember, behind these accounts are real people. Real people. Actual living human beings. I'm severely pro-life. But goddamn it, if I had the time traveling morning after pill, this would be where I would send it. Sometimes I think that I don't have a chance, but then I remember that these fuckers somehow got it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like, sometimes If that's the competition, boys, if that's the competition we have, well, not you guys have. I don't have that issue, but you guys have. Then you have a chance. There is a chance. I just remember there's the woman equivalent of guys like this. Oh yeah, definitely. That does exist as well. 100%.
Anyways, did you guys love that as much as I did? What an awesome place, right? I'm sure these people are going to lead very amazing lives and do a lot of good for society. My advice, get the fuck out of pickup artist spheres on the internet. Stop doing it. This is actively causing you to be weird as fuck, and it's part of your problem. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, or at least learned something. No, I don't even know. I probably just ruined your day. But if you at least enjoyed having your day ruined, leave a like down below. And if you're new here, once again,
calm down, bro. That's the end of the video. Here's my take. Discord technically should nuke these servers. They won't, because, you know, they don't even care about kids. Just like the UK. But this is horrible. This is horrible. I hope that these dudes never... Well, they do pull girls, that's a problem. I hope that these dudes at least don't reproduce. Thank you. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe.